By the time you're watching this video, the gachas may already be out. But wait, before you decide to do a poll, make sure that you check out my previous video on Super Creek and why you should or maybe shouldn't decide to pull on that gacha if you're interested in that. But today's video is all about the new upcoming racer. For some reason, I wanted to say Super Creek again. Smart Falcon! Look at it! She demands that you pull, damn it. She's too cute. You have no choice. You're gonna pull. And you're also gonna pull because I know that you need a dirt racer. And yeah, you may have Oguri Cap, which I actually really love Oguri Cap. I was gonna be like, oh, whatever. But no. You need this, right? Right? If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe because 90% of the viewers are not subscribed to this channel. What are you doing? You're missing out. I'm sorry I was so aggressive. I'm not normally like that, except when I am. All right, so we're gonna cover Smart Falcon a little bit, but the best thing about her is that, again, she is a dirt racer, arguably the best one currently in global right now, and she has an A rank dirt aptitude as well. And the cool thing about her is that she also is primed for a speed power build with these stat bonuses that she has, 20% in speed and 10% in power. And another reason why you may be interested in pulling is because apparently there's not gonna be another great dirt racer until you get to Ricky here, and that's just what I've heard. I'm pretty new to the game, didn't play the Japanese side, but ultimately, yeah, if you do need that, if you want to replace that last spot on your team, looking at you, El Condor, then absolutely this would be a really good place to go. And so ultimately, if this is the next upcoming character, they're presumably months away, and that means that this niche will be dominated mostly by, oh yeah, some other characters, you know, but the new character is going to really shine. And as such, she's also extremely good in team trials because some of that may just be because of the fact that, again, there's not a lot of options, but she'll be really good there as well if that's something that you're trying to build a team or character for overall. I also really like the Sparkly Stardom's unique skill. It allows for her to get a big bonus mid-race, and I like the proc chances mid-race. That's really cool. And it also can be used as a counterplay option to some of the other characters in the game. And like I mentioned earlier, she just got so many different good rankings among all these different aptitudes that you can build a very versatile racer if you were to invest in this character heavily. And that's a bonus, right? Like, we love those types of characters, in my opinion. Now, let's talk about some of the reasons you may not want to decide to pull. Firstly, it has to be mentioned, you're probably tired of hearing it. Frankly, I'm tired of saying it, but if you can't go to pity on any of these gachas, whether they're for support cards or your horses, then you just probably shouldn't pull, because ultimately what's going to wind up happening, potentially anyway, you could get lucky, you could pull the character on a single, your very first one, and if you do that, you hit the lottery, of course. Maybe you should go play something, but the odds are that you're not going to do that. The odds are you're going to go 5-6 multis in, and then you've used up your entire reserve, which is also not a great thing, right? Because you have to start from scratch again, especially if you're a free player. And one of the big controversies with this game is that it is accelerated release, but not so much accelerated rewards as far as I can tell. Please correct me if I'm mistaken. So anyway, if you can't go all the way to pity, don't do it. And pity means the full 200 pulls to get the character guaranteed. I had to do that for Tokaiteo, and ultimately I wound up getting a Medro McQueen in that, or actually a couple Medros. It didn't feel great. It doesn't feel great doing that. Honestly, whenever I have to do that, I don't even feel hype anymore. I'm just like, oh, whatever, give me the thing, whatever, you know. But yeah, if you can't go that far, potentially, you don't have to, but if you can't potentially do it, you may be wasting your resources, because while you could get other SSRs, potentially anyway, and honestly, frankly, when I did it for Tokaiteo, I didn't get very good luck at all. Like, I got a couple things, like I think I got a rice shower, and that's like mostly it. I don't think I got much, but anyway, you may get lucky, but you may not, right? So ultimately, on any gacha in this game, that's a good rule of thumb, and that's the full 200, right? So another reason why this could potentially be a big deal is talking about the Tourist Cup overall. So the investment in this is interesting because we won't see a dirt champion meeting for another like 5-6 months, something like that, maybe even more than that. So if you're focused on building championship meeting teams, she's not relevant for a while there. And then here's a look at this. Like, we're about to get the Taurus Cup, right? And look at this, the Gemini Cup, the Cancer Cup, the Leo Cup, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. Where even is dirt in here? Oh, there it is, Aquarius. Look at all these other cups, right? Look how far out this is. This is going to take quite a while. In fact, it took them from the very first one all the way to Aquarius, February, and the very first cup, the Taurus Cup, which we're about to get, was in May. Now with an accelerated schedule, maybe that's less time, but that's quite a while. So if you're building for that specifically, that may be something that you can decide just against doing. And the unfortunate thing is that while these characters eventually get added to the general pool, right? Unless you're gonna pull on like a rerun where they're featured again, you're always gonna have a low chance of pulling them relative to the field, which is unfortunate, or I guess relative to the actual new featured characters anyway, which is unfortunate if you're looking for one of these characters and you decide to do that ultimately down the road. I don't know how often this game gives out any sort of selectors or anything like that, and then if they even are anything other than just the base launch characters, which is not great. So those characters are fine, don't get me wrong, but like if you're trying to get something like this, that's off the table entirely. And yeah, this is also going to be the case with most of the characters and releases in this game, that power creep will exist, and so this character is going to be no exception to that. Again, I already mentioned Ricky, but there are other characters that are going to be really good, like Saiyan Sky, Maruzensky, that are going to be coming out in the future that could potentially devalue this pick for you, depending on what you're trying to do, because it'll all shift around, right, with power creep and all that stuff. And this character may potentially be outclassed in the future. In fact, we know they will be, but regardless, pull for what you want to pull for ultimately though, right? Like if the character's your waifu, then who's to tell you otherwise? If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, because 90% of the viewers are not subscribed to this channel. What are you doing? You're missing out. I'd have to go back and confirm the releases of these, but yeah, unless you're saving for like summer horses, then you could potentially pull if you would like to, barring everything else I listed as well, right? Like make sure you're fully aware of everything. And again, if you haven't seen the Super Creek video, make sure that you check it out. But as a final verdict, Smart Falcon is a great unit, but she is niche. However, I will say, like I said earlier, very versatile despite being niche, but it's a niche that's fine because there's not a ton of variety. There's not a ton of competition, despite the competition popping up later on down the road. She's extremely dominant in dirt and amazing for team trials right now, but offers limited value in championship meetings or champions meetings and gets outclassed later. If you have pity save, then need a dirt Uma, she's worth it. But if you're saving for meta if you're free to play, it's smarter to wait potentially, right? And that was my last little synopsis that I wrote down. So yeah, keep that in mind ultimately. So I listed summer characters. There's other things as well that are going to be popping up. And the most important thing is, like I said earlier, with the accelerated release schedule, we have to always be cognizant of that. Because while we have the foresight, that doesn't mean that everything's going to line up exactly the way we would want it to. So it remains to be seen how this all looks. But as of right now, I myself I kind of want to do it just because, like I said earlier, where's she at, man? She's just so cute, man. I just got to do it. I want to do it, but you know, I don't know. Let me know, chat. What should I do? Hopefully you guys enjoy. The Super Creek video is on the screen right now. Make sure you click it before you go, and I will see you all in the next video. I don't know, man. Can't do it, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.